Good night, good night. So, my daughter here has a question about dinosaurs. Afi, what's the question about dinosaurs?
How they become extinct?
Okay, so how did dinosaurs become extinct? Okay, and as you can see, cats are not extinct. Oh, look at that. Yeah, cats aren't extinct, just lazy. See that? Okay, how dinosaurs became extinct? There are a lot of creatures that have become extinct, not just dinosaurs. Okay? But I guess nobody is interested in how they became extinct. And the primary reason why creatures become extinct is by man's intervention. Okay? Man's intervention. Now, back to Noah's flood, God told Noah to bring the animals on the ark 2 by 2, which he did, including land-dwelling dinosaurs, because in their nostril was the breath of life. So Noah did bring 2 of each kind of dinosaur onto the ark. Okay? After the flood, they were let loose like all the animals were, and they reproduced. Now, man, look at man even today. All right, mankind, when they come across something big and large, huge, or special, they want to kill it for sport. They want to put it up on their wall as a trophy. They want to, we call it taxidermy. You know what I'm saying? Freeze the thing in time, right? Dinosaurs were large creatures, land-dwelling, okay? And, they were ferocious. So some of them,
Some of them?
not all of them. Some of them were meat eaters, small. Some of them were small.
Carnivores.
Meat eaters are herbivores. Sorry. You're right. Meat eaters are carnivores.
Yeah, Daddy, I've heard about this dinosaur that can run. So, a velociraptor. The velociraptor is small but ferocious.
Ferocious, right. So, dinosaurs, in the short of it all, became extinct because of mankind's interference. Now, there are sea-dwelling dinosaurs which I believe are still alive today. And there are also dinosaurs land-dwelling which I believe are alive today in like the center, the dense part of Africa. We hear about the Mokele and Bembe, for example, in Africa. And there are sightings, mainly of sea dinosaurs, ocean-dwelling dinosaurs, by sailors over the years. But there are some parts on Earth that have not been touched by man. And, you could have some... We discover new species every year. Every year? Well, every now and then. And, we haven't discovered everything as yet. So, to say that all dinosaurs are extinct is not true. And evolution is not true. Okay? There was no millions of years ago, and there's no asteroid and all that stuff. Dinosaurs were on Noah's Ark, just the baby ones. Okay? Not the big ones. There may be some teenagers, young ones, right? So they could fit. And, even the book of Job, God describes, a brontosaurus, the largest land animal he ever made. And then he described Leviathan, the sea creature, the most ferocious creature he ever made, or most ferocious looking. So, does that answer your question?
Yes. Oh, yeah, Daddy. That sea creature you were talking about, does it look like the body of a Loch Ness monster, but I know it.
If you read the Job, it describes Leviathan for you. It's like a snake-like creature.
Oh yes, that's it. Thank you.
It has scales, it has sharp teeth.
Thank you. Yes.
The scales are very robust. They can't be penetrated by metal. A large serpentine, breathes fire in the water.
How does that work?
By combining chemicals, most likely. When you combine a couple of chemicals in your mouth.
Yeah, but how do you breathe fire in water?
Volcanoes are underwater. Volcanoes, yes.
Oh yeah, no underwater volcanoes, but
right.
Yeah, sometimes that's how they make tiny islands.
Yes, so it comes apart and it's cool. So same way you can, blaze fire. People, they weld underwater. We weld, buildings underwater. Those oil rigs out in the ocean, underwater welding. That's fire underwater. It's so, what I'm saying. Underwater welding, weld metal steel underwater. Yeah, people do that. So, if anyone else had the same question, how did the dinosaurs become extinct? When they lived? Dinosaurs are normal creatures that were made by God when He made everything at the beginning of creation. In the 6 days that God took to create everything, He made dinosaurs also. They're just another type of creature. Okay? And the very big ones that they find were destroyed in Noah's flood, and they were frozen in time by the catastrophe, by the mud, the mud, the debris.
Frozen
Right?
time?
The fossils were
Oh.
buried quickly. The animal was buried quickly, and that's why you find the fossils today. So the large ones that you see, they're from Noah's time, from before the flood. After the flood, they got smaller and smaller, just the same way that humans got smaller and smaller and lived shorter lives, because the environment was no longer perfect as it was before before the flood. People began to live shorter lives and got smaller. Same with animals, by proportion, of course. They got smaller and lived shorter lives. So the dinosaurs that they find, the fossils they find nowadays, the dinosaurs after the flood they wouldn't be that big. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be that gigantic. Because before the flood, there was a perfect environment. So you grew very large and you were smart. After the flood, we get smaller, we're not so much smart anymore. And dinosaurs would have been the same thing, they were smaller.
Unless you study
Okay.
hard.
Unless you study hard. So that's it. And as always, Jesus Christ is Lord. And yes, He made everything in 6 days. And the earth is not millions of years old. It's around 67,000 years old. 6,000 years old and change, perhaps. Okay?
I wonder if it's 6,000 years old, and counting all the years that you see all those people live for, I'm confused.
You're confused. Yeah. Have a good night.
Good night.